Have you ever found yourself going out of your way, trying to make everyone happy, only to realize it didn't earn you the respect you expected? What if I told you that true power comes from doing the exact opposite? It's an age-old truth. When we're young, we seek approval, but as we age, we gain wisdom. The wisest men understand that what they don't do is just as important as what they do. Welcome to today's video, where we'll explore the 9 critical mistakes smart men should never make in their relationships with women. This isn't just about avoiding drama or conflict. It's about understanding the timeless wisdom that has shaped history. Marcus Aurelius, one of Rome's most revered emperors, once shared that a man's greatest failures aren't the mistakes he makes, but the things he tries to do that never should have been attempted in the first place. The more intelligent a man is, the more prone he is to these missteps. In this video, I'll share life-changing insights drawn from Stoic philosophy, lessons that many of us had to learn the hard way. If you're watching this, there's a good chance you've fallen into at least one of these traps. I can almost guarantee it. But before we dive in, I want to hear from you. Have you ever made one of these mistakes? Drop a comment and let us know. Your experience could help other men break free from these common pitfalls and build better relationships. And hey, if you find this video valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more life lessons that can elevate your journey. Let's get started. Number 1, keep your past private. The first principle we need to discuss is protecting your past. Once spoken, old thoughts come back to haunt us like ghosts from past decisions, and nowhere is this truer than in relationships. Let me tell you something important. Smart men often make this mistake because they believe that being open about their past shows emotional maturity. They share their darkest moments, their failures, their vulnerabilities, thinking it will create a deeper connection. But here's what they don't realize. Once you share something, you can't take it back. I've seen countless men reveal their deepest insecurities, past relationship traumas, or personal struggles, only for those very things to be used against them later. As the Stoics taught us, not everything needs to be spoken, and not every truth needs to be shared. Think of your past like a valuable treasure. You don't show it to everyone who expresses interest. You share it only with those who have proven themselves worthy of your trust over time. Because the harsh truth is, what you share in a moment of intimacy can become ammunition during a moment of anger. So what's the solution? Be selective with your past. Share gradually, share wisely, and most importantly, share only what serves a purpose in your present relationship. As Marcus Aurelius said, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. In this case, the best protection is not giving away your power through premature disclosure. Remember, mystery isn't attractive, it's protective. Keep your past private, not because you're hiding, but because you're protecting what's precious. Your story is yours to tell, but only to those who have earned the right to hear it. Number 2, face your fear of being alone. Let's discuss a topic most men avoid admitting: the fear of being alone. Aristotle famously said, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom." Yet many men remain in toxic relationships simply because solitude feels unbearable. Think about it. How often have you seen someone, or even experienced it yourself, staying with the wrong person just to avoid being alone? It's like refusing to leave a burning house because you fear the cold outside. As the Stoics taught us, the fear of emptiness can be far more harmful than emptiness itself. I've known successful businessmen, CEOs, and leaders, men who could command entire organizations but were terrified of spending Friday night by themselves. They'd endure disrespect, drama, or even emotional abuse, all to avoid solitude. What they don't realize is that this fear hands over their power to anyone willing to keep them company. The Stoics believed that a man who cannot be alone can never truly know if he's in a relationship for love or fear. When you're running from loneliness, your decisions are clouded, and you settle for less than you deserve. So what's the solution? Take small, intentional steps to embrace your own company. Find peace in solitude. Here's the paradox. Once you're comfortable being alone, you'll attract people who genuinely enrich your life, rather than those who merely fill a void. Being alone doesn't equate to being lonely. It's about having the strength to wait for what's truly right instead of clinging to what you're afraid to lose. Number 3, Manage your time wisely. Now, let's address a common and critical issue: wasting your most valuable resource, time. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Nowhere is this truer than in relationships. Consider how many hours you've spent overthinking texts, waiting for calls that never came, or trying to decode mixed signals. Reflect on the weekends you sacrificed, trying to please someone who wasn't even sure about you. As Marcus Aurelius observed, time is like a river. Once it passes, it's gone forever. I've seen countless men pour their prime years into chasing someone who saw them as nothing more than a backup plan. They put their goals on hold, skipped gym sessions, canceled plans with friends, all for someone who wouldn't do the same for them. The hard truth is this: while you make someone a priority, they might see you as an option. The Stoics deeply understood the value of time. It's the one resource you can never reclaim. You can earn more money, build new relationships, and create new opportunities, but lost time is gone forever. So, what's the solution? Treat your time like the precious asset it is. Before investing your time in someone, ask yourself, are they matching your level of investment? Are you building a meaningful connection, or simply trying to fill an emotional void? Remember, a wise man doesn't just manage his finances, he manages his time even more carefully. When you waste time on the wrong person, you're not just losing hours, you're losing irreplaceable moments of your life. Number 4, be proud of your achievements. Here's a paradox that many accomplished men face. The more they achieve, the more they downplay their success in relationships. Epictetus wisely said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." But let's get real. There's a difference between humility and hiding your worth. Too often, successful men shy away from acknowledging their accomplishments. They fear being seen as arrogant or intimidating, so they dim their light. They downplay the businesses they've built, the awards they've won, and the obstacles they've overcome. Why? Because somewhere along the line, they learned that being too successful might drive people away. Let me tell you something crucial. If your success makes someone uncomfortable, it's not your burden to carry. Marcus Aurelius said it best: the best way to avenge yourself is to not be like that. Don't hide your achievements to appease others. Being proud of your success isn't about bragging. It's about acknowledging the hard work, sacrifices, and resilience that brought you here. A strong, confident partner doesn't want a man who hides his success. She wants someone who can inspire her to pursue her own dreams with the same passion. So, what's the solution? Own your story. Share your victories, not to impress, but to inspire. The right partner won't feel threatened by your success. They'll be eager to celebrate it with you and support your next chapter. Your achievements aren't just resume points, they're part of your life's narrative. Anyone worthy of being in your life should embrace your story, including the challenges and triumphs. Number 5, protect your mental health. Let's address something that isn't talked about enough: safeguarding your mental health in relationships. The Stoics believed a critical truth: your mind is your fortress. Yet too often, men allow that fortress to crumble under the weight of relationship drama. We work tirelessly to protect our physical health, hustle to secure our finances, but when it comes to mental health, we're quick to let it slip through our fingers. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. And yet, I've seen countless men, smart, accomplished, driven, become consumed by anxiety. They'll overthink every text, replay every conversation, and lose sleep over someone else's unpredictable mood swings. They convince themselves it's normal, just a part of relationships. But let me be clear. If your relationship constantly disrupts your peace of mind, it's not love, it's emotional warfare. The Stoics taught that inner peace isn't optional, it's essential. A relationship that drains your mental health isn't sustainable because when you sacrifice your peace, you're left with an empty shell of yourself. And what does an empty, stressed-out version of you bring to a partnership? So what's the solution? Set firm boundaries. Learn to say no to situations that jeopardize your mental well-being. Walk away from drama and toxicity, and understand this fundamental truth: someone who genuinely cares about you will never force you to choose between their happiness and your mental health. Maintaining your mental peace isn't selfish, it's non-negotiable. After all, you can't pour from an empty cup, and a healthy relationship can only flourish when both partners are mentally whole. Number 6, be true to yourself. Let's discuss something essential: the importance of staying true to yourself in relationships. Albert Chu once said something profoundly accurate. The moment you start changing who you are to please someone else is the moment you start losing yourself. Think about it. How many times have you said yes when you wanted to say no? How often have you pretended to enjoy something you disliked, agreed with opinions you didn't believe in, or changed your behavior just to keep someone else happy? The Stoics teach us that when we deny our true selves, we suffer twice: once from the effort to conform, and again from the inevitable failure to sustain the act. It's heartbreaking to see strong, principled men abandon their values, alter their goals, and even distance themselves from loved ones to fit someone else's expectations. They become performers, playing the role they think their partner wants. But here's the harsh reality: the moment you start performing instead of being genuine, you've already lost. The irony? Trying to be what someone else wants makes you less attractive, not more. Authenticity has a magnetic power that no amount of acting can replicate. As Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid for staying true to what you believe. So what's the solution? Start saying no. Speak your truth. Stand firm in your values. Yes, some people may not like it, and some might even leave. But isn't it better to be alone for who you are than accepted for who you're not? The right person won't ask you to change. They'll inspire you to grow into the best version of yourself without losing your authenticity. Number 7, don't sacrifice your goals for others. Now, let's address something that derails too many men: sacrificing their dreams and ambitions for a relationship. Seneca said it best: no person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to waste their time chasing what they can't have. I've seen men put their careers on pause, abandon promising opportunities, and let go of their passions, all to align with someone else's plans. They convince themselves it's a compromise, that love demands it. But here's the hard truth: when you give up your dreams for someone else, you're not just sacrificing goals, you're sacrificing your essence. Years later, many of these men wake up filled with regret, wondering where their dreams went. They barely recognize the person in the mirror. Marcus Aurelius warned us, look well into yourself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if you will always look. This issue isn't just about lost opportunities. It's about respect. Losing your purpose diminishes your self-respect and your partner's respect for you. Let's be honest, no one truly admires someone who gives up their ambitions for love. The sacrifice might seem noble at first, but over time, it leads to dissatisfaction and questioning. What happened to the driven, passionate person I fell in love with? So, what's the solution? Protect your dreams. Pursue your goals with determination. Invite your partner to join your journey, but don't abandon your path for theirs. A healthy partnership supports and uplifts both individuals' aspirations. The right person will cheer you on, not hold you back. True love doesn't require sacrifices that cost you your soul. It adds to your life without subtracting from your dreams. Number 8, prioritize family and friends. Let's address a common yet critical mistake: sacrificing core relationships for a romantic partner. Plato wisely said, the first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. To be conquered by yourself is, of all things, most shameful and vile. Nothing demonstrates this more clearly than when men abandon their support systems for a relationship. It's a pattern I've seen too often: men drifting away from their friends, skipping family gatherings, and letting go of traditions, all in an effort to focus solely on their partner. They believe they're strengthening their relationship, but in reality, they're burning the very bridges they may need later. The Stoics remind us that no man is an island. Every man needs his tribe. The tragedy? By the time these men realize their mistake, it's often too late. Their friends have moved on. Family bonds have weakened, and if the romantic relationship fails, they're left completely isolated. The very support system they once relied on is gone. Here's the truth: the healthiest relationships are those where both partners maintain strong connections outside the relationship. Depending on one person for all your emotional needs not only sets you up for disappointment, but also places an unfair burden on them. So, what's the solution? Nurture your friendships. Stay close to your family. Make time for the people who were there before the relationship and who will remain if it ends. If a partner tries to isolate you from your support system, that's not protection. That's control. Remember, your close relationships are like a safety net. You may not need them when everything is going smoothly, but they'll be invaluable when life gets tough. Don't wait until you're falling to realize you've cut away your own safety net. Number 9. Avoid excessive dependency. Finally, let's delve into one of the most crucial principles: steering clear of excessive dependency. Marcus Aurelius captured this perfectly. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Here's a scenario I see too often: smart, capable men becoming entirely dependent on a woman's approval, attention, or presence. They check their phones obsessively, rearrange their schedules around her availability, and feel anxious if a response doesn't come quickly. Their emotions rise and fall with her texts, and their happiness hinges entirely on her reactions. As the Stoics would warn, when you make someone else the source of your peace, you surrender control over your life to their behavior. And ironically, the more dependent you become, the less attractive you appear. It's a vicious cycle. Your fear of losing them often creates the very conditions that drive them away. The truth is, no one wants to be someone's entire world. It's an overwhelming responsibility and an unsustainable dynamic. When you make someone your everything, you inadvertently become their nothing. You lose the confidence and self-assurance that originally made you appealing, transforming into someone who constantly seeks validation and reassurance. So, what's the solution? Cultivate a life so rich and meaningful that a relationship becomes an enhancement, not a necessity. Pursue your passions, maintain your independence, and build your inner stability. A healthy relationship adds to your life, but never defines it. Remember Marcus Aurelius's wisdom: the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, not on someone else's presence, not on their approval, but on your own inner stability and strength. True fulfillment comes from within, not from external sources. As we wrap up this journey through the 9 powerful Stoic principles, keep this in mind. These aren't just guidelines for relationships. They're the foundation of a man's dignity, resilience, and authenticity. From cherishing your past to safeguarding your independence, each principle carries timeless wisdom that remains as relevant today as it was in ancient Rome. Marcus Aurelius put it perfectly: very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. These principles aren't about controlling others. They're about strengthening yourself, ensuring that any relationship you enter enriches your life rather than defines it. The Stoics understood the secret. True strength in relationships lies in what we choose not to do. It's about setting boundaries, practicing restraint, and embodying wisdom. If this message resonated with you, don't hesitate. Hit that like button, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and comment below with the principle that impacted you the most. Your insight could be the turning point for someone else. And remember, these principles aren't about being detached or cold. They're about achieving true balance and wisdom. Strong relationships are built on mutual respect, independence, and shared growth, not on sacrifices or unhealthy dependency. Until next time, stay resilient, stay wise, and most importantly, stay true to who you are. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more empowering insights to transform your life.